Hi everyone, my name's Matt, and today I'd like to introduce you to my Mercedes Vito. It's up for sale. It's a 2005 model. It's a 6-speed manual with a 2.1 litre turbo diesel engine. It is black and white in colours and has 450 watts of solar on the roof. Let's check it out. So as you can see on the outside, it's black. We've got some Bombay Vision film on the windows, on the sliding doors around the front. Up the top you can see we've got a light bar and the solar panels mounted to a roof rack system. On the side we've got a 2.5 metre by 2.5 metre awning. That's from the 4-wheel drive Supercenter. The tyres are next to new. I think they've done about 15,000 kilometers so far, and they are light truck tires. On the back side, I will note there is a little bit of damage to the tail lights, as you can see just there, but overall it is a very solid vehicle. Let's go and have a look in the back actually. So we'll open up. Begin with, on the back we've got a reversing camera and a rear facing dash camera, so that all integrates into the front. But let's open it up and have a look. So straight away you open up, you're in the cooking and general purpose area. We have a 12 volt Dometic 40 litre CF fridge. We have 4 lithium batteries on this side. We also have one 100 amp hour lithium battery up under the driver's seat, giving us a total of 500 amp hours of power. It's never been an issue for me with power. I think I've only had to plug in twice, and one of those times was in a horrendous week-long torrential downpour where I was having to do a lot of work. But straight into it, we have a 50 amp MPPT solar charge controller to charge the lithium batteries. We've also got all of our switches to operate all of the various lights and accessories that are fitted to the van. I start off with the fridge freezer, which turns off the one underneath the table here. We also have a auxiliary, a backup basically, if you will, Anderson plug, a voltmeter. Volts also shows up on the solar charge controller, but it's always nice to be able to just have a quick glance and it's right there. So yep, we've got another Anderson plug on the side here which connects to our DC to DC charger. It's mounted under the passenger seat and connects up to the starter battery to charge the batteries off the alternator while we're driving. Coming along, we have a mini PC. It actually runs off 12 volts, and that is hardwired into the switch panel here as well. We've got a diesel heater, and that is currently mounted just under the side here. It's a 5 kilowatt one with an external 10 litre tank. Yeah, we've got LED lights in the roof, so they're actually really bright, so this video unfortunately does not do them justice. We've got a timber headliner, and it just really gives it that warm, homely feel. Coming over to the other side, currently charging some batteries, but we have a 22 inch, I think this was 22 or 21 inch LED monitor that runs off a 240 volt inverter, which is actually up under here, and yeah, it uses 20 watts of power, so literally no power whatsoever to operate. I did consider going with a 12 volt one, but for some reason the 240 volt was just miles more efficient than the 12 volt ones. Moving on, we've got storage under this table here, which can fold out. I currently don't use it, but under here we do have some pots and pans storage and some basic cutlery. The majority of our cutlery is up the front, but let's get up there and just have a quick look, shall we? Okay, let's go in. So on the side here, on the driver's side we have a 20 litre water container, freshwater water container. Yeah, 10 litre diesel tank. It's currently got about 7 litres in it. It's I think I fill up maybe once a month with the diesel heater at the moment in winter. I've got a non-slip mat that goes almost the full length of the table up here. Under here we have some storage. So at the top we've got some storage for food and what have you. Then down the next one is some clothes, and right down the bottom is basically a bits and bobs slash junk drawer. So yeah, coming along we've got another 40 litre fridge freezer. Now I use this a lot, basically because I've got the power to be able to do so, but it's not always needed depending if you're a solo person or if you're a couple. But yeah, they both will come with a van if it sells for the asking price. But yeah, together I can run. We're able to run both fridges and all of the appliances completely off grid all year round, basically. If there's any inclement weather, obviously that does impact it. But yes, moving along. This is obviously the bed. It's mounted sideways. It is 1.65 meters long. I'm 1.75 meters tall, so believe it or not, I actually do sleep crossways in this, but it's plenty of room. Obviously if you're over 6 feet, then it's not going to be ideal, but yeah, it's a modification you may wish to think about. I previously did have the bed going lengthways, but it didn't really suit my needs. It wasn't really a great use of the space. A few of you may have already noticed that on the floor it's nice and green. It's actually Astro Turf. It's 32mm loop pile Astro Turf. It's actually really warm, really nice to put your feet onto almost all year round. It's a good insulator in the mornings for when it's cold, and in the summertime when you put your feet on it in the afternoon, it's just spectacular. I absolutely love it. Yeah, moving on, we'll go up the front. There's a tiny bit going on up the front. We've got a 120 watt solar blanket on there. It's not currently plugged in. I just had to get it out to basically show it off. But coming into the front of the car, we've got 426,000, almost 427,000 kilometers. It's on its original engine. It has been serviced every 15,000 kilometers since I've had it. The service intervals, according to the logbooks, every 23,000 kilometers, but I don't like leaving oil go for that long. It's basically once a year service if you're not doing too many kilometers. But yeah, as I mentioned, it's a 6-speed manual, so it shifts amazingly well. The clutch is brilliant. Yeah, down the side, excuse the mess a little bit, but down the side we've got a UHF radio for basically when I'm going on bigger road trips. But yeah, up the front here it's pretty basic. I've currently got a little smelly thing in, but yeah, we've got the aftermarket reverse camera, so it's just mounted up there. It's very handy. It has a button at the very back of it to turn it into night mode if you're reversing in the middle at night time. So we've got the dash cam there with the reverse dash camera input, and coming down we've got an extra button here which activates the light bar on the roof. And coming further down we've got the entertainment system. So it's a Kenwood head unit. It's Bluetooth compatible. It's got an external microphone so you can take your calls and listen to your music on the road without having to plug in. It does have a USB input, so if you do have a thumb drive or an auxiliary plug to plug your phone in, then you can do that as well. Otherwise it's plumbed into the AM FM radio antenna. And yeah, otherwise if there are any questions, please feel free to let me know and I will answer them as best I can. Anyway, best of luck. I look forward to meeting you shortly.